Alrighty, and welcome back to another video here produced by Karatha. Today I'm going to be showcasing how to do the medium armor DPS challenge, the T5 challenge, which is notoriously difficult. So this is the setup I'm going to be running. Alternatively, you could use Kirito for more damage rather than just a stagger. Either way works fine. And another thing that I'm going to mention is that the placement in here does matter. So for example, if you're doing this and your squishiest character is, say, Pika Pika, or it's 0, then you could mess with the placement order, because the placement after the leader ability does affect your position on the field. And so say you're running it and one of your characters, your squishy character, just keeps dying. The reason is that the placement order on the field affects how the goblin shot damages splash and hit your characters first. And so what you could do is mess around with the order and just switch them up, and that should help with them taking damage. Another alternate method for the T5, I'll actually take out 0 and I'll throw in Alexa here. I'll talk about that once I showcase what all I am bringing in and the reasons why. So Mr. Darcy is going to be your main character. I believe I first did this when all of my characters were like level 74, 75, and Mr. Darcy was my only T6 character other than Pika Pika, so the rest of my characters were still T5. For Mr. Darcy, you want her healing step to be as high level as possible. You also want the increased defense to be as high level as possible as well. So Pika Pika is going to be the same thing. You want her increased defense passive all the way up. And then for Gedron as well, we'll have this increased defense passive. So those are the three main characters you absolutely need in here. Kirito being in here helps greatly with the Bushido ability, which reduces the ability cooldowns by quite a bit. So you want this to be leveled up as high as possible as well. So then that's your 4 characters. So you have one flex pick. You could go 0 for like a little bit more damage. He is probably one of the tankier of the characters. And then your other choices are Red Dragon and Alexa. So Red Dragon is just unfortunately super squishy, no damage, but she does have this increased movement speed buff. So because of that, what I'm going to be doing is I will be bringing in Alexa for the slight increase in movement, and then she does have some pushback abilities, so this could be used to interrupt enemy attack animations, and then once you get it to level 6, can root, and then the spear throw ability does apply a root, and then it increases the duration if you have it at 6, so all you need her is to be the 4-star, and then with just a couple of points into that. And then the Curse of the Jungle is just additional AoE, and then it doesn't really add a whole much. So all you really need her to be is 4-star for this. The higher stars, the better. Like I said, I only had these 2 characters at 6-star when I first did it. That's pretty much all you'll need. For Mr. Darcy, these cone AoEs really help, and her Ice Blast help as well, just because of the freeze chance. And I'm saying her, but I'm never quite sure with Mr. Darcy because of that hair loopy thing. It could be a male. I just don't know. Pika Pika as well. She just doesn't have a whole lot of damage, but her attack aura with the 5-star really helps in having the damage you need in order to clear this. So without further ado, I am just going to go ahead and hop in and show you guys how to clear this. Hopefully it'll be a 3-star clear on the first attempt. I was 5k power underneath the level. Despite everything, you know, you're still technically 10 levels underneath. So I'm gonna wait until Bushido is thrown off, and then I'm going to come down here, and it's going to be just slightly offset where the stone and the rock is. I'm just going to hold right here. I'm going to get the damage done. I'm going to kill these guys. I just need one more hit, and then I'm going to move off to the side here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for Mr. Darcy's healing aura to go off. And then now I'm going to move up, and so if I had been a little bit higher, that would have been better. So now I'm going to hold here at the top and get one attack in, and then I'm going to wait. And then I don't know why these goblin miners didn't spawn, but now he's going to shoot his cone at me. So I'm going to come down now, and I'm going to kill this, and then now that he's charging, I'm going to dive in and cancel that, which is really weird because usually all of the goblins start coming after you. So I just need to kill this thing. Alright, and now we are safe. We're going to kill all of these mages, and what they do is they increase the attack of these enemies. And we can actually look at the buff here real quick for you guys. So it increases the attack, and it's 100% increase. And so you, like in the beginning, you want to keep these golems and make sure it's the golems that are the ones getting the attack buff and not the goblins, because if the goblins, so the way they choose who to buff is whoever is closest to them. And so you want to make sure that it's the golems closest, because they have a slow and low attack that rather than the quick and fast attack of the goblins. And so I'm using this golem to push the mushroom, and he keeps doing his range attack, so I'll eventually have to stop and heal. But we're going to push the mushroom down into this bottom corner. And so this is where the third wave is going to spawn. Alright, so now that's set up. We're going to come over here, and we're going to set up for the next wave. So we're just going to come over here, and we're just going to push the mushroom just a tad. So I just want to keep holding him. Alright, keep coming, Golem. You're so close. You're doing so well. We're just going to hold up there. We're just going to move a little bit. Alright, good. And I just used my leader ability, so I'm going to have to kite for another 20 seconds here. So we're just going to hold in the middle. I don't want Mr. Darsta to use her leader ability yet. Alright, that was a bit of damage. So I'm going to wait one more rotation. I need to be careful because he does have poison on him. I'm going to wait for Gedron's aura to basically be off. Alright, so now is the time to engage. I'm going to move up here and be ready for this. Alright, so now that they are all dying, I'm going to start engaging. So healing aura is going. I'm going to move up closer, and then I want to basically go in right as they start doing their attack. And now we're going to move down to avoid these enemies, and then we're going to go back up in to the healing mushroom area, and then boom. Alright, so now I need to come down here and make sure the mushroom is pushed back down further into the corner, because the golem came up and pushed him a little bit away, and I need to be careful not to kill the mushroom itself. Alright, so that's good enough. We're just going to move up into this corner, speed things up a bit. Some big damage coming out on them. Alright, now I'm just going to get ready to engage. I'm going to wait one rotation for the healing aura and for Gedron's aura to be off of cooldown. So it's going to be about another 2 more seconds, and then I'm going to go down and engage into this golem. Alright, so we're just going to go right here like this. The mushroom is going, and it's now healing my characters. I'm going to kill these guys. I'm going to take one hit, and then I'm going to go and engage in these guys. And I'm going to wait for them to start charging their attack. And then I'm going to stagger them. Alright, now I need to move up out of the way, and this is where the movement speed comes into play, is avoiding these, and then that should be it on how to clear them. Another thing you could do to be safe is against the golems, you can hold your position so it's not having to move all of your characters across a certain radius. And yeah, that was it for how to complete the 5-star. Like I said, you can do this as low as 75, I found, because I had been doing it at level 70 with my characters. My characters originally were level 68 to 70, and I found I just wasn't able to survive. It was my Gedron that was my weak point. He was the one who kept dying, and so I bumped up all of my characters to level 75, and then I was able to pass it no problem, just because they were able to have that tiny little bit extra health that you get from leveling up, and was able to survive that. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I know a lot of you all have been asking about this video specifically, so here it is, and we'll see you all in the next one.